Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of our reteaching activity for topic 5. So yesterday we completed set A and set B, and today we are working on set C and set D. So just like we did yesterday, on the left side of the page it has our examples or some helpful tips, and on the right side of the page it has where we are going to solve. So today we have 6 questions that we are going to solve and work through, and then at the end we will check our answers. Alright, so let's start by looking at set C. On set C, we can see it tells us to add 3 numbers in any order. So this is a skill that we have been working on a lot during our intervention groups, and also during topic 5 we talked a lot about being able to add 3 numbers together in one equation. So let's start by looking at this example. We had 2 plus 8 plus 2. Now when you're adding 3 numbers, the first 2 numbers that you choose to add are completely up to you. It looks like in our example, they chose to add together the 2 and the 8 to make a 10. Then they added 2 more and they got 12. So this is how the example did it. But if you wanted to add, let's say, 2 plus 2 and get 4, then do 4 plus 8, you would still get the same answer. And it shows that work down here. You could also do it by adding 2 plus 2, which is 4, add 8, and get 12. So you can add whichever 2 numbers you want to start with. Just don't forget to add your third number. So on numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11, you are doing that exactly. It tells you to find the sum and that you can solve in any order. So on number 8, you are solving 5 plus 5 plus 4. So you can add whichever 2 numbers together you would like to add first, then add the third number to get your answer. And you are going to be able to solve all of these problems by doing that method. So once you finish solving number 8, move to number 9. Look at the 3 numbers you are adding. Pick 2 numbers to add together first, get your answer, then add the third number. So now it's a good time to go ahead and pause the video so that you can work on numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we're just adding 3 numbers. You're picking 2 to add together first, then adding your third number. Write your answer in the blank once you have found your answer. So again, now's a good time to pause the video so that you can work on these problems. When you press play, we'll begin talking about the answers. Alright, we're going to go over our answers for this first set, so if you're still working, make sure you pause the video. Okay, for number 8, the answer we should have got was 14. Now, everyone may have solved a little bit differently. What Mrs. Collier would have done, I would have added together 5 plus 5, which gave me 10. Then I would add 4 more, 10 plus 4, 14. Okay, let's look at number 9. We had 9 plus 5 plus 1. Ooh, I think I would add together the 9 and 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. And then add my 5. 10 plus 5, 15. So my trick that I like to do, I like to see if there's anywhere that I can make 10, or if there's a double, see if I can add the doubles first. So it just depends. I want you to do whatever is best for you. So let's see, on number 10, our answer was 14. So just like I was saying, you can look for to make 10 or a doubles. So in number 10, we had 6 plus 4 plus 4. I could add together 4 plus 4 and get 8, then add 6 and get 14. Or I can add together 6 plus 4, which is 10, plus 4 more, 14. No matter which two numbers you pick first, all three numbers are in the same fact family, so you'll get the same answer. And on number 11, our answer was 11. Look at that. So on this problem, I would have added together 3 plus 3, because I like doubles facts. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 5 more. That would be 11. All right. So that was our set C that we just completed. How did you do on this section? Did you get the answers right? If not, that's why it's super important to either double check your work and also be working on either a whiteboard or a piece of paper if you have it so that you can see your work go out in front of you. I know it's super fun to try to add in our head and on our fingers, but to double check our work, sometimes we need to see it in front of us on paper. Okay, let's move to set D here at the bottom. On set D, let's see what our robot friend has to tell us. He has a big thinking bubble. So he is saying thinking habits, precision. Am I using numbers and symbols correctly? Am I adding and subtracting accurately? So when you use precision to help you solve, you are looking closely to make sure that you did everything correctly and double checking your work. So he's thinking about, is he doing that? Is he using the numbers and symbols correctly in an equation? And also, is he adding and subtracting accurately, which means it's either correct or the right way to do something. So on number 12 and 13, we are going to write the symbol, so that's either a plus sign, a minus sign, or an equal sign, or a number to make the equation true. Then tell how you know you chose the correct symbol or number. So this one has a little bit of a twist. You can either add a symbol or a number. You have to look at the equations and see what do they need. So just like we saw in our first part of our activity, in these equations, we have two separate equations. In number 12, we have 10 minus 5 equals 2 blank 3. So since there are two different equations on either side of the equal sign, and we want to make these equations true, we need to solve the first part of our equation to see what both sides need to equal. So for this equation, I want you to start by solving 10 minus 5. And our space down here is where you would. So in this bottom space below our equations, instead of having to write out your sentences, what I'm going to have you do instead is just show your work for solving your problems. So for solving 10 minus 5, so down here in the lines, you can just show me your work below instead of having to write our answers. So solve for 10 minus 5 and get your answer, and then you will know that this side of the equation equals that number, and that this equation also has to equal the same. So what symbol would you put in the blank? What symbol or number? Let's see. Well, since we're looking to solve an equation, we are not going to be putting another number, I will tell you that. So would you put a plus sign, a minus sign, or an equal sign in the blank? So first you would solve 10 minus 5, get your answer, and then see what symbol would you need to add in the middle to get the same answer. And again, you can show your work down in the bottom. So we're choosing the symbol that would go in this blank. Would it be a plus sign, a minus sign, or an equal sign? And you can keep working on number 12, but I just wanted to let you know if you are ready to start working on number 13, you will do the same thing. You will solve this equation first and get your answer. And this will help you decide what do you need to do to this side of the equation to get the same answer. Would you add a plus sign, a minus sign, or an equal sign? And you can take as much time as you need to work on these two problems. So now is a good time to pause the video because in about 10 seconds or so, we'll start going over the answers. So pause it to have time to work, or let it play to go over the answers. All right, for number 12, we had to pick this symbol to go here in the blank. Well, to show our work, 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. So that means we needed this side to equal 5 as well. So we have 2 and 3. Would we add these to get 5, subtract them to get 5, or put an equal sign to get 5? We would add them together. So we wanted both of these sides to equal the same number. So 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So we put a plus sign here. And for number 13, for solving 4 plus 5 first, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. And so on this side we had 10 and 1. We need to make 9. So would you say 10 plus 1, 10 minus 1, or 10 equals 1 if we want to get to the answer of 9? We would need to subtract, so we would say 10 minus 1 gives us 9. So when you are taking your practice test and your real test, I want you to pay very close attention when you are adding 3 numbers together. Use our strategy that you can add 2 smaller numbers together first, and then your third number. And then if you have to choose to add a symbol or a number, solve the side with a full equation, get your answer, and then see what you have to do. So that is going to complete our reteaching activity. So we will do 2 more days of practice and then we will take our test. So again, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll see you later.